G'day, Troy here from RoadSafe. Today we're here having a look at this Triton, looking at our suspension lift blocks. These are manufactured from 6061 T6 alloy, a nice billet block, so a solid piece of aluminium. And these are designed to fit between the diff tube and the leaf spring and increase the suspension height in a really cost-effective way. So when you lift suspension in these with the suspension lift block and or a leaf spring, severely affects the pinion angle and can create driveline vibration. So for our suspension lift blocks, we've created a 3-degree taper into this. So one end's thicker than the other end, and this will roll the pinion angle of the diff back up to look at the gearbox, preventing any of those potential vibrations. Pinion is a part of the differential assembly. It's the leading most gear. That's bolted to a pinion flange. That flange is bolted to the tail shaft with a universal joint in that assembly. It's really important to keep the angle of the uni joint at the diff and the uni joint at the gearbox to the same angles. If not, they'll run out of true, creating vibration, and could also potentially damage the pinion seal in the differential. So if you are going to get a suspension lift block, it's really important that you get a product that will also counteract the changes that you've made by including a taper to correct those angles. With suspension lift blocks, there's a bit of a theory: are they legal or are they not legal? Essentially, they are legal because they're a lift block, and looking at the Australian design rules, as long as it stays within the maximum lift allowed and it's manufactured with manufacturing processes of quality, which RoadSafe product is covered by an IATF certificate, then it is perfectly legal for street use. When installing these, you want to, as I just said, make sure that you're pointing the pinion back up to the gearbox, and that's by putting the fat end of the suspension lift block into the rear most of the diff mount. So when you're installing the suspension lift block, it's important that the dowel that we've supplied, which is pressed into the block, locates into the diff housing, and then the factory leaf bolts will locate into the suspension lift block as well. And then we use our custom-made extended U-bolts, which are custom-made, high tensile, perfectly lengthed to suit the suspension lift block into the housing, and comes with a great range of coated hardware. So the U-bolts have been e-coated black, which is great for corrosion control, great aesthetics, ties well into the vehicle, and it's discreet fitment as well.